Well, look at this beautiful setting. So much more pretty than the orchard, right? Just joking there. Well, when I collected all of these chestnuts, I grabbed them and I put them in bags. Maybe paper bags would have been better. I let them sit in the sun a little bit. It was we had a little bit of rain last evening, and I brought them inside so they didn't get rained on. And then I'm gonna put them back in the sun. Some of these are ready to look at. And when I gather them, there's gotta be a better way, but this is just temporary as I kind of come up with a plan. What I did was put a little piece of paper with the tree that the burr came from. Now these burrs are ready to crack open and see what we have. You can see that they had some fertilized nuts. And somewhere in there, I'm not gonna grab it right now because I don't wanna get poked. But there's a number, of the tree. Some of these others aren't ready to go yet. They're green. They're just starting to get that brown. But over the next few days, you see some that are close to ready. And who knows if they're fertilized or not. You can see some unfertilized nuts in this one. And, you can see here the moisture on the bag, So I keep the tops open, but, certainly got to get it out there in the sun and let these dry out a little more as they crack open, and then looks like probably got some fertilized burrs in there, or fertilized nuts. So I'm gonna take them out, let them sit in the sun. I'll open a couple of these here. Well, I got them out here to start the additional drying process. Beautiful morning. Just got off of a nice long shift. I don't have my holder. I kind of seem to have snapped the iPhone holder off of my tripod. So again, back to the one-handed. So we're gonna move it back in here to the kitchen, where I'm gonna use these very luxurious bags to figure out what kind of nuts are in there. And then I'll keep a record on a piece of paper and ultimately put it on an Excel spreadsheet. So I'll try to film, I guess, left-handed while I put on a good leather glove. And dig in. This burr's cracked open, and apparently the nuts are inside here. There's another burr. And here's another burr. And if you watched the last video, you saw some of these, only a couple had fallen down, but they had started falling down, and then I gathered these nuts up. So we've got some nice, beautiful chestnuts there. Now, to find out which tree this is, I have a sheet of paper. It's supposed to be in here. There it is. It says it's tree B3 Perry. So let's see what's in these things. This is one of the taller trees that I show a lot of pictures of. So crack open that. The middle nut is not fertilized. There's a beautiful chestnut there. Cracking this open the rest of the way. They break into 4 parts usually. Another beautiful nut. Beautiful. And finally, it's like an unveiling or an unboxing video. Any of you have kids that watch those things? Good God. Unwrapping 32 toys and all the plastic. Now this one I would describe as a disappointment. 3 unfertilized nuts. So this tree, B3, this year produced 5 fertilized nuts. but you know, has a great future. Now here's some of the burrs. You know, they got the grass clippings because I threw them on the ground and then picked them up from there. From tree C18. Now this is much further west in the orchard and would have less pollen flying over it, and you can see a number of these burrs have cracked open and have unfertilized nuts. So we got a couple bigger ones. Optimistic, maybe one or two will have some fertilized nuts. So cracking this one open, nice and green. And if you look at it, we have 2 fertilized nuts. As you crack this one open, we have 2 fertilized nuts. Now that one that's white will get brown over the next day or 2.